The next generation of Xbox. We've been talking about this on the show for a long time now. We have been repeatedly talking about the next generation of hardware when it comes to the Xbox. Where do they go? From the original Xbox to the 360 to the Xbox One to the Xbox One X to the Xbox Series X. Where is Xbox going from there? What's going on, you guys? Gaming Addict here, coming at you with another video. Today we'll be talking about hardware. I ain't really talked about this in a while. You guys know normally I try to stick to, some of the practices of gaming, to the games themselves. Don't normally talk about hardware a lot, but this particular topic that's going on is interesting. It's interesting. It was leaked last year. We all know the energy in the room when it comes to the Xbox platform, and exactly what's going on, I couldn't tell you. I don't think anyone really could tell you what's going on through Xbox's point of view. But we hear regardless what happens, we know what's going down. So we've been wondering, how long is this generation going to last? Is it going to be one of those 8 years ones? Is it going to be one of those 10 to 11 year ones? I think the 360 was the longest generation we've ever had. I don't know. Put in the comment section below if I'm right about that. I think it was. 360 felt like it lasted for a lifetime. I remember playing the 360 through all of high school, some of middle school, a lot of it actually. I remember playing that game a lot. I got the 360 because of Fable. So it's rumored that next year we might actually get the next generation of Xbox. So let's pop over here to this individual. Now, this person has been decent when it comes to Call of Duty leaks. Now, I don't know if he's been accurate every time. Obviously we cover speculation. We cover rumors because I feel like, it's a good conversation to see nonetheless. So let's go over this. First off, this tweet, 225,000. Yeah, this dude did pretty good. Take this with a huge grain of salt. I'm hearing that the next Xbox console is coming in 2026 and will be called Xbox Prime. Still unclear if the code name or it's the actual name. I've heard Infinity Ward's next COD is still being considered a day one release for this. All right, so one thing I will say is we haven't really heard this insider ever, and I think the acquisition of ABK obviously is opening up doors to some of these things. Now, a company like Activision, a company like Infinity Ward would actually have the dev kits for this. They would have it very early on because they're owned by Microsoft and they're owned by Xbox. Now, clearly, there's a huge, speculation on the name. We'll talk about the Xbox Prime. I actually like that. It comes off the tongue very well. I got a Prime. I got an Xbox Prime. I don't know. Would you guys say you have an Xbox, or do you got Prime? I feel like that's a little bit too much like, Video Prime. I don't know. Prime Video, that's what it's called. But when you look at something like this, first off, 2026 is a very interesting release. It is a year after the PlayStation 5 Pro came out. Look, you guys know I'm the biggest critique when it comes to the way Xbox is handling their hardware. And I'm just concerned, and this is just me. Obviously, you guys have your own opinions, just like I have mine. And I don't know if anyone could say they know exactly if this is going to be a good move in terms of what they're doing and the business practices they're changing. But hardware is hardware. Now, myself, part of me doesn't want to get it because I don't really trust Xbox in the future of hardware. But the other part of me is I like nice, shiny things. I'm part of the problem for sure. I don't know if I'm going to get it yet or not. I probably will. Just depending on what exactly is going on. Are they going to make it worth? Here's the thing. I got a really, really good PC. I don't like gaming on that thing. Don't like gaming on the PlayStation platform. I prefer the Xbox platform. And, I guess at this point, we're just going to have to wait and see. We got Fable coming out this year. We got The Outer Worlds coming out this year. Avowed coming out this year. There's a lot of things that could be going on when it comes to that. It's been rumored that Halo is, in early developments, and we're going to see the next Halo here soon. So I'm kind of curious on would be lit, and this is just me. 2026 comes around holiday. Now, obviously, this only works if these are exclusive. I highly doubt Microsoft wouldn't put day one launches on the PlayStation platform at the same time they're dropping on their next hardware. Even them, I don't think they would do something like that. But imagine if Halo, the next iteration of Halo, because at that point we're like, what, 4 years into the 4 years since the last Halo? The next Gears. There's rumors that Gears game's coming out this year, but I don't necessarily believe that. And the next Forza, maybe they delay Forza Horizon. I think that would be fantastic. I think that's a great launch title. Now, obviously, there could be like random stuff. There's so much in development for the Xbox platform. It is unreal. Now, we can debate on whether or not some of it even matters because of the way they're handling the hardware and the term exclusive. And I think it's genuine. If you actually are fearing for the console itself's life, I feel for you. Me at this point, I think it's a good move. If they can't get this out in 2026, they're going to get a bunch of people that just want that new smell, new console thing. They're going to push more into the direction of pushing this hardware out there. And I do think that even though right now Microsoft is being like really, really open to how they're handling certain exclusivities and stuff like that, and it's just my opinion, I feel like that will be halted a little bit. Maybe not necessarily them not come out. Like the launch titles for the next Xbox Prime, is eventually going to go to PlayStation, but I do feel like Microsoft and Xbox would hold on to that timed exclusivity a little bit longer because they do want to sell that hardware. Now, it is rumored that they're going to be making and working with other companies like, Asus, maybe HP, Acer, on them making their own iteration of the Xbox hardware. And I don't know where that fits into all this. Here's the thing. A lot of this is just mystery. A lot of this is confusion. A lot of this is just stuff that we've never seen in the industry. The last time anything like this even remotely happened was Sega, and they left the whole hardware infrastructure. They've been a third-party publisher since. We've never seen someone try to stick around and play both sides. Now, is it going to work out? I don't know. I don't. But one thing I will tell you that I do think's working out for them is if they can release it next year. Because think about it. Everyone sit down, think about it. The PlayStation 5 Pro just came out this year. So that means they are guaranteed not to deal with a PlayStation 6 next year. And maybe even the year after that. Unless PlayStation is willing to come out there, Sony's willing to come out there and look at the consumer of the PlayStation 5 Pro and say, we're already moving on. I don't know if they'll do that. I don't know. But I do think we saw something with the 360. And the 360 beat the PlayStation 3 to the market. And the PlayStation 3 came out really messed up. Now, we can debate on which one was which. I think it's a combination of a bunch of things. Xbox had good games. Xbox launched early. Xbox had, Xbox Live was popping at that time. And the PS3 came out really botched. Now, I think the variety of stuff going into that. But one thing I will say is, like, look, out in 2026, if you're able, and if Microsoft is allowing Xbox to have some of those as timed exclusives at the very least, and they're very captivating, good games, maybe backwards compatibility, and they're going to take advantage of the hardware just like they did with the programs now, making 360 and Xbox One games run better. Imagine if you have access to all the 360 games, all the Xbox original games, and you have access to the Xbox One games, and they all run better. It's a good sell, but look, at the end of the day, it's like I said, I've been very vocal about it. How hard is it going to be to sell another gen Xbox when this gen is selling worse than it's ever sold, and B, you're going more and more away from exclusives? Maybe I don't know. Maybe they can sell. I'm very skeptical. I do feel like at the very least you need timed exclusives to give your console an identity. Because I don't think Game Pass is enough. Game Pass is a very good value, don't get me wrong. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that's not a good value. But one thing I will also say is people appreciate games that make them go to a platform. Now, maybe they don't appreciate it. Everyone gets annoyed by that. But it's just the way the business. You know, when you, and it's not just this industry. It's every industry. I don't go expecting to watch the Squid Games on Prime. I don't go to Netflix expecting to watch The Boys. I don't go to McDonald's expecting, a Whopper. I don't go to Burger King expecting a Big Mac. It's the way the whole industry and every industry runs. And I'm curious if Microsoft in the gaming industry can change this concept. I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway, that's it for the video, man. Xbox Prime, very interesting name. Very curious to see if people really enjoy that. I actually like that name. I don't know if that's the actual name. That does seem more like a, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like if it was a code name, it wouldn't even have Xbox in its name. You know, there's been Lockhart. There's been a lot of code names in the past, and I don't know how many's actually had the actual Xbox in the code name. I don't know. Put in the comment section below what you guys feel about the name. Very curious to your guys' opinion about that. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button. Is always appreciated. You can always sub to the channel. We make weekly content over here. Definitely follow me on Twitter at Lord Addict ILP. In the description is going to be Addict Arena. That's coming back in a big way here really soon. But I appreciate everyone coming through here. And until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace. Man, that Xbox. We'll see, man.